welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to another midweek preview. Yes, it's becoming quite the occurrence. We've got a big round of Premier League and Championship fixtures starting off at Selhurst Park with Crystal Palace versus Leicester. This is a big game. This Crystal Palace desperately needs to find some form after getting hammered in their last two games. Leicester, they're a bit hit and miss. Drew against Manchester United. They'll be looking to follow that up with a win today. And I think Palace are so poor at the moment, I think they will. I'm going to predict 2-0 to Leicester. Chelsea host Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge today. Today it's going out. Chelsea, they're doing okay at the moment. A bit of a dodgy run of form. Really disappointing defeat to Arsenal. Villa on a great run of form, 4 unbeaten. But to be honest, I do think this is the sort of game I can see Chelsea winning. I don't think it'll be easy as some people suggest, but I do think they will pick up a win, and I'm going to say 2-0 to Chelsea. Everton host Man City in a game that I'm really looking forward to. Everton, they're a bit hit and miss at the moment. They have won 4 of the last 5, but did lose the other one. So they're doing fairly well. Man City seems to be getting their old form back, won their last 3. And they do seem to be closing in on the likes of Everton. So this will be a big game for both sides, really. To probably will be the closest challenger to Liverpool as it stands. I do think Man City have a bit more quality though, so I'm going to say 1-0. Brighton take on Arsenal at the Amex on Tuesday. This is a big game for both sides. Brighton will be disappointed not to have beaten West Ham on the weekend. Arsenal delighted to get that win for Chelsea, and I think that could be the turning point. Mikel Arteta will get his side drilling now. He knows what his best 11 is probably now, with the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe and co coming in. So I do think they will pick up a win here. I'm going to say 2-0 to the Arsenal. Burnley host Sheffield United at Turf Moor. This is a huge game for Burnley and a huge game for Sheffield United. If Sheffield United pick up a win here, then only 8 points from safety more than likely. And if they can put together a run like they did last season, it might give them some hope. Burnley, if just drag them further away from the relegation zone if they win, and I do think they will get a narrow win. It will be tight and cagey, but I do think they will win 1-0. Sheffield United host West Ham at St Mary's. This should be a really good game. Both sides have had a great start to the season, although you could say they are dropping away just a tad. Sheffield United haven't won in 3. Neither of West Ham, so this will be a game where both sides will be looking to get some sort of form back. I do think Sheffield United is a slightly better team at the moment. Southampton, so I am going to predict a 2-0 win for the Saints. West Brom host Leeds at the Hawthorns. West Brom, great point against Liverpool, great point against Man City. Trouble is they need to find wins out somewhere. Leeds, really great win against Burnley to recover from that Man United game, so that'll give them a lot of confidence. But we saw last season in the Championship, these two incredibly matched sides. Maybe Leeds are just doing slightly better at the moment, and I do think that they will play out a draw. I'm going to say 1 apiece. Manchester United host Wolves in a game that I'm really looking forward to. Wolves, they're not on the greatest run of form at the moment, just 1 win in 5. Man United, however, they're absolutely rocking, but they would have been disappointed to draw against Leicester recently on Saturday. So they'll be looking to bounce back from that, and I do think at the moment they're the much stronger of the two sides, so I do think they will do so, and I think they will win by 2-0. Tottenham host Fulham at Tottenham's ground, and Tottenham, they're doing quite well at the moment. Just hit a bit of a rocky curve recently, to be honest. They just need a win to settle them down. They won't have a better opportunity against the Fulham side who have drawn the last 4. So yeah, if they can break them down, then Fulham don't score much. I do think they will get back to winning ways, and I do think it will be a comfortable win. I think it will be 3-0 to Tottenham. Newcastle host Liverpool at St James's Park in a game that should be quite interesting. Newcastle, they'll sit back, they'll be hard to break down, not on the greatest run of form, winless in 4, but Liverpool, we saw against the likes of West Brom, they did struggle to break teams down, so be interesting to see if they can do it here. Yeah, I don't think it will be as easy as some people suggest, but I do think Liverpool will just sneak a win when you've got players like Mo Salah and all that in your team. I'll say 2-1 to Liverpool. It's championship time now, starting off with Birmingham versus Derby at St Andrews. This will be an interesting one. Both teams, you could say, are struggling at the moment. Birmingham winless in 4. Derby on a good little run before they lost to Preston, but you have to see Derby are probably in the best form of the two sides at the moment. But I do think they will play out a draw here. Be quite a cagey game. I'll say 1 apiece. Sheffield Wednesday host Middlesbrough at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday, they've got 4 points from the last 2 now. Maybe they are picking up a bit of form. Middlesbrough didn't play on Boxing Day due to COVID, but it'll be interesting to see if they can get back with a bang. They won their last 3 before they had their little break, so it'll be interesting. I think they will get the win though, and I think it will be 1-0 to Middlesbrough. Don't think it'll be easy, but I do think they will have enough. Huddersfield host Blackburn at the John Smith Stadium. Huddersfield, funny team, just so inconsistent. You can never tell what they're going to do. Similar to Blackburn, really. Both sides have a very mixed last few games. And to be honest, I think this will be an extremely tight game. Blackburn probably have the better players going forward. Huddersfield probably have the better players at the back. So it'll be an interesting one. I think they will play out a 1-1 draw. Yeah. Luton take on Bristol City at Kenilworth Road. Luton were really poor in their defeat to Reading. 1 week they seem to be brilliant. 1 week they seem to be awful. Bristol City got a much needed win against Wycombe, although I'm sure they'll say it's harder than they would have liked. But they are struggling massively with injuries. Baker, Brandt, De Silva, Mawson, Patterson, Sessegnon, Walsh, Vyman, Williams, they're all out. So they will desperately need a result here, but I don't think they'll get it. I think it will be 1 apiece. Preston, off the back of their last minute winner at Derby, take on Coventry. Preston, they're just the funniest team in the league. You never know what they're going to do, but they have won the last 2 now. And against Coventry side, who's been struggling recently, just 2 points from their last 3 games. You never know, they could get a result here again to make it 3 wins and try, and all of a sudden they could be closing in a playoff space. And I do think they will do that, and I think it's going to be a 2-0 win to Preston. So maybe Alex Neil's side finally finding a bit of form. Rotherham take on Barnsley at the New York Stadium, and what a job Vladimir Ismail has done. They've gone massively under the radar, and they're now top 10, just 5 points off a playoff spot. They can't be in contention, surely. Who knows at this present moment, but all I know is he's doing an incredible job. And they take on a Rotherham side who's struggling at the moment, and 16 points from 19 games. It's not great, is it? And with Derby and Wednesday finding a bit of form, I do worry for them, and I think Barnsley will pick up a win here. Wycombe take on Cardiff at Adams Park. Wycombe, they really need just to get a win. They're due to draw a few games, but even they've stopped doing that recently, just 1 point from the last 5. Cardiff, 6 points from the last 5, but they've lost the last 2, so I think Cardiff will see this as a good opportunity to get back into form, because if we're looking at the two sides, Cardiff are a lot better side than Wycombe, so they are missing Kiefer Moore massively, but I still expect them to pick up a 2-1 win, I think. Stoke host Nottingham Forest on Tuesday. This is an interesting one, to be honest. Stoke, they're going about their business nicely. They'll be disappointed with a draw against Coventry, and they'll be looking to bounce back from this. Forest, they've got 5 points from the last 9 available, so they're on a little bit of a run, but I do think Stoke do have a wee bit more quality, and I think that will see them over the line here. I'll say 1-0. Brentford host Bournemouth in a game that I'm really looking forward to on Wednesday. Brentford, they're doing okay at the moment, really well actually, to be honest. Won 4 of their last 5 and drew the other. But so much trouble is with Bournemouth, they've won 3 of the last 5 and drew the other 2. So this is a battle of 2 teams in absolutely great form, and probably the game I'm looking forward to the most here. and I think they will play out a really good, entertaining 1-1 draw. Swansea host Reading at the Liberty. Yeah, this is going to be a really hard game for Reading. They did pick up a crucial win against Luton. They needed that. You just need to keep points to total ticking with the injuries to Zhao and Richards and all of those players and Mate. Although there are some rumours that Zhao could be back here, this will be a massive boost for them. But even still, I do think Swansea will have a bit too much for Reading here. And I do think the final scoreline will be Swansea 2, Reading 0. Yeah. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news. And subscribe to my channel on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.